Hey YouTube, how's it going? Thanks for joining me this week for another installment of the Zeacho Weekly Sports Show here on YouTube. I want to start off by talking a little bit about college hoops. March Madness is coming up, everybody's getting excited, and speaking of which, next week, stay tuned, I'm going to talk a little bit about a bracket buster challenge that we're going to have coming up. I want to talk a little bit about BYU though. BYU coming into this past weekend was third in the nation. Now they dropped to 8th. They had a huge loss to New Mexico State. They lost by 18 points. Now, a lot of people were blaming this loss on Brandon Davies being suspended. Some of you might have heard about this, maybe not. Brandon Davies got suspended for having sex with his girlfriend, which violates the BYU's code of conduct because it's a Mormon school, so they have really strict rules. You can't even drink caffeine. So this is a huge loss for them. He was their number 1 rebounder and number 3 point scorer. As I said, Brandon Davies got caught having sex with his girlfriend, which means one of two things. First, somebody walked in on him and then decided to rat him out. Or secondly, he was having sex in a public location. Police got involved, it got messy, people saw, bad news. We're going to go with the second one. So Davies has sex in public with his girlfriend, probably in a park or something, and gets busted by the police. And now he's missing the rest of the season. If BYU ever had a chance to advance far in the big dance, it's gone. I predicted that they would probably only make it to the Elite 8, but now I'm thinking without him, they'll be lucky if they can even get to the Sweet 16. He's a big contributor for them, and it's just not going to be easy to win without him. I'm sorry, Jimmer, but your team is not going to do very well. Next, I would like to talk a little bit about the Miami Heat. Miami Heat is on a 4-game skid right now, and everybody's freaking out about it. Personally, I don't think it's quite that big of a deal because in those past 4 games, they've played some great teams. They played the Knicks, the Magic, the Spurs, and the Bulls. 3 out of those 4 are great teams, and the Knicks have been doing pretty well since their recent acquisition of Carmelo Anthony and Chauncey Billups. So I don't think it's that big of a deal that they've lost 4 games. I do, however, think, though, that Spoelstra is to blame. Obviously, he's been butting heads with LeBron James all season. The guy is like 35 years old. He has hardly any experience. I personally think he should get out of there. I don't know if they should bring Pat Riley in because he says he doesn't want to. You're just going to need a grumpy old coach. I think they need a new coach altogether, someone completely new to the organization. Get rid of Spoelstra. Also, Spoelstra is throwing his teammates under the bus, telling the media that his teammates are crying in the locker room after the game, which is probably true. Just take a look at Chris Bosh. He is always crying about everything. But you don't do that if you're a coach. He said after the game that the media was just trying to make everything sensationalized, which is probably the case. But either way, you just don't do that from a coach's point of view. Also, some of you have been noticing that in the past couple of games, a couple NBA teams have been sporting jerseys with the words L and Los in front of their team names, such as Los Bulls, Los Spurs, L Heat. Now, the Heat seem to have been doing this for quite a long time, but most of their teams haven't. The whole Los and L at the beginning of the jerseys is part of a new NBA initiative that was made, I believe, just last year, or maybe even in 2009. They're supposed to reach out to Hispanic fans and players of the game. But I can't even remember the last Hispanic player in the NBA. So if you know of any NBA players who are Hispanic, please write them below in the comments, and I will check that out, because I'm genuinely intrigued. I can't think of at least one good Hispanic player in the NBA right now. Next is a good story coming at us from UCLA. Apparently, the UCLA coach earlier in the season told a reporter that if his team had won 22 games this season, he would kiss the reporter. Just this past weekend, he met up with that same reporter and totally forgot about this little deal he had made with him. So check this clip out.
Well, you know what you said to do, right?
Huh?
You know what you said.
I don't.
John, if we win 22 games, I'll give you a kiss.
Oh.
Yada yada yada, gay this, gay that. I think it's a pretty funny clip. And did you notice how without any hesitation that coach just got up and ran over to kiss him? Next, let's talk about some predictions. I call this installment Shameless Predictions because I really don't care what I say or if I'm wrong. First prediction is about the NFL. As you know, they've extended the CBA, or Collective Bargaining Agreement, talks for another week. By the time you guys see this video, it'll be down to just a few days left. Personally, I don't care about all that stuff. there is going to be football next fall. I don't care if they get the CBA done within the next few weeks or within the next few months. There's still plenty of time to go. They're going to figure it out, and they're going to give us football in the fall. My next prediction is regarding Cam Newton. A lot of people love Cam Newton. He's this crazy freshman phenom that led Auburn to the national championship in only 12 games that he started. I don't care. I don't like the guy. He's a cheater. He's a fraud. Him and his dad are both accused of accepting bribes. I personally don't think he's going to do very well in the NFL. Maybe he will, and prove me wrong, Cam, but I don't think you will. You'll probably be a bigger fail than Jamarcus Russell. Speaking of Jamarcus Russell, that picture reminds me of when I used to play Madden football back in the day, and you could create a team and you could create all your offensive linemen, and they would be like 7 foot tall, 450 pounds, and they would be all 99s in the ratings and just pummel people over. That is exactly what he looks like there. Next, we have the blooper of the day. Blooper of the day comes to us from a Jazz Nuggets game. I'm not going to say anymore. You just have to watch this.
And a 5-point deficit. Harris hit the three, a 2-point game. 1.2. And they've got to foul him if they don't steal it. Karolinko! Gets the basket.
Right here. Before this, though, he said, here, touch it. Yeah. Oh, my goodness.
Unbelievable, Karolinko.
Are you kidding me, Karolinko? How do you miss that? In his defense, Kenyon Martin did get his hand on the ball just at the last second, and so he couldn't really get a clean layup in there, but I love how the announcer goes, oh, and he gets the basket.
Gets the basket. Gets the basket. Gets the basket.
All hesitant like that. No, he didn't score, and if he did, it was 5 seconds after the buzzer anyway. Last time I checked, that doesn't count as a basket. Play of the day is coming to us now from the NBA. Now, the reason I chose this as a play of the day is because no one really knows who this guy is that got the play of the day. Check it out.
This is a good countdown, people. Raptors and Nets. Chris Humphrey's up being polite. Says block you very much.
Okay, that was Chris Humphries from the New Jersey Nets. I know some of you know who he is, and you're all bashing me because you know who he is and I don't. Well, I know who he is, but he's not a big name. You would not expect him to be in the top 10. Lastly, let's do this week's giveaway. I am giving away this week a pair of Beats by Dre solo headphones. These are $200 headphones. They are exceptional. They're little on-ear headphones. They're not the studios. They don't go all the way around your ear. They just rest on it. They're extremely comfortable. They're high-definition quality. These are terrific headphones. Like I said, $200. So if you want these headphones, you have to do 3 things. First of all, you need to subscribe to my channel. Second of all, favorite this video. It's going to get more people out there watching it and watching my series. And then third of all, I want you to leave a comment below. If you leave any sort of comment, you're going to be entered into the drawing, so you don't have to worry about writing in there, I am interested in the headphones. If you don't want the headphones, please write that, though. Maybe you already own a pair of them and you want somebody else to win. So 3 things: subscribe, favorite, comment, and I will see you guys next week. Peace.